Welcome back to The Big Picture. WBBZ-TV is proud to join the New York State Broadcasters Association in supporting the Reserves and New York Army National Guard. Joining us is someone who is a proud veteran who will share his story and explain the benefits of joining the National Guard. Welcome, Staff Sergeant Brandon J. Zimmer. Welcome to The Big Picture. So let us tell our viewers a little bit about your military career, which we understand started almost 20 years ago when you enlisted in the Marines. What prompted you to enlist in the Marines, and what was the extent of your service?
What prompted me to join the Marine Corps back in 2002, 9/11 had a big impact on that. I was still in high school. I was a senior that year, and filled up with a lot of emotions, and I just felt the need that I really needed to serve my country. And as moving forward, I have a lot of pride in America and what it stands for. So in order to defend our families from all over the world, there was no better place than to go into military service.
That's very inspiring to many of us. We've seen so much in the news about what is happening in Afghanistan, what happened in the past, and I know you were there and you served there, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about your impressions and what happened while you were there.
Going to Afghanistan, it was a very frightening experience. However, you learn to overcome those fears. You learn to engage with the culture there. You learn to engage with the people there. And you were able to build relationships with the people that were willing to help you out and understand that you were there to help them prosper in order to create a better life for one, not only themselves, as well as to create an atmosphere as well, or in order to try and weed out people who are willing to do harm to other people in the world. So back in 2009, I originally went to Afghanistan in Helmand Province at Camp Leatherneck with the Marine Corps, Marine Aviation Logistics Squadron, 2-4, I believe. And we were there doing aviation support operations with the initial attacks and invasions that were currently occurring in Helmand Province, with the support of multiple different branches doing joint operations and things like that. The second time I went to Afghanistan, I was with the New York Army National Guard with Alpha Company BSTB, currently known as Bravo Company 152 Brigade Engineer Battalion. And our mission over there was route clearance. We were over there trying to support the local populace so they could provide mobility for logistical supplies and things like that, create cleaner roadways, and so people had an opportunity to travel to other parts of the country. And that was located in Herat Province.
So all in all, was it rewarding? Did you feel that the end justifies the means, and what you did there was a rewarding experience?
I feel like it was a very rewarding experience. I was able to go over there, associate with the locals, gain their trust, gain their ability to have their appreciation for the fact that we were there, and we were able to overall increase the trafficability of logistical supplies for multiple different companies that were trying to involve themselves in that culture. So,
can you say mission accomplished?
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty much in that regard. We found out that you are the father of 6 children. Oh
Yes,
my
ma'am.
gosh, we're like, how do you balance that with a military career and a large family, and how does it work?
A lot of order and chaos. No. Having these 6 kids honestly has made me a better soldier. It's made me a better father being in the National Guard. I'm able to relate to what the children are going to as the new soldiers come in, and find out how my children are going through school, what they're feeling, and how they're dealing with certain situations while they're growing up, as well as providing experiences for what other people have to deal with across the world.
So obviously you're talking about being a role model, and did you have a role model? Was anybody in your family in the military?
My grandfather, he was a really big role model in my life. He was a school teacher, he was a high school baseball coach, a high school softball coach. He joined the Navy, and he was a really big inspiration for me to try and push forward and try to better myself so I could be the role model for my children as they're growing up.
Now, you enlisted in the National Guard back in 2011, and I'm curious, and I think our viewers are too, about what exactly is the mission of the National Guard?
So the National Guard actually has a two-part mission. They handle the federal mission, which is the same as the active duty military, the global war on terror that's currently going on right now. We handle operations, and if the federal government ever needs to utilize the National Guard, they have the ability to call us up and tell us that they need our assistance. We also have the state mission, which is run by the New York State Governor, Commander-in-Chief there, who deals with natural disasters and global and domestic terrorism here on American soil. So situations such as 9/11, Oklahoma City bombings, things of that nature, natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, flooding, we get called up and we respond to that and try to help out the local population, try to alleviate the chaos that might ensue, as well as to help with cleanup efforts and provide water, food, and supplies to anyone who needs it.
You hear so many times when they'll say, like you said, there's a natural disaster or something, and they'll say, call in the National Guard. It's like something that people are familiar with, but I don't know if they realized what all you do, all the things that you do, all the ways that you serve.
Yes, ma'am. We serve in multiple different altitudes. We have combat arms. We also have logistical specialists. We have mechanics. We have human resources and things of that nature that usually translate over to civilian skills that would help somebody who is serving part-time in the National Guard can translate over into civilian workforce to create a better environment as they're working with the skills and the knowledge that they learn from the National Guard.
It can be job training in many ways.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, many people may not know that there are important benefits to do with education. Part of the National Guard that helps with college tuition and VA loans, things like that.
Yes, ma'am. So currently the New York Army National Guard is offering 100% SUNY tuition assistance, which is a state benefit due to the state mission that we roll through. We are actually able to offer 100% SUNY tuition assistance to any student who joins the Army National Guard. Now, coming along with that, with the federal benefits, we also receive the same benefits as active duty, whether it's the Montgomery GI Bill, the post 9/11 GI Bill, that allows students to help them pursue an educational degree in whichever field that they're looking into.
Are there requirements, age requirements or education requirements to join the National Guard?
Yes, ma'am. So the age requirements is usually 17 to 35. It has fluctuated sometimes due to the needs of the military. As for education requirements, we require that you either have a high school diploma or a GED.
So, but what's important is that, you know, even if you have just a GED at that point, you can join and you can further your education while you're serving.
Yes, ma'am. You can go to college while serving part-time. Usually it's roughly around 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year. And you can pursue a regular civilian career or go to school full-time while maintaining at least a 2.0 GPA.
And as far as diversity goes, I'm sure you're on a big campaign to increase the diversity.
Yes, ma'am. We're always looking for motivated people who are willing to try to better themselves. We try to get them into the jobs that they're looking for and what they're trying to accomplish in their life, so that way when they go to work, and bringing in multiple different cultures actually kind of brings out the outward thinking of the box. Instead of being closed-minded, looking at things a certain way, we try to bring people of multiple different cultures in to provide an outside aspect when looking in.
And I know I've seen many women serving in uniform and doing very many tasks and jobs that I would not even in the old days have associated with them with.
Yes, ma'am. The female role coming into the National Guard is huge. It's definitely increasing the force structure. The females, they have the mental fortitude, the ability to push forward and almost do the same things as their male counterparts. We have females in combat roles now that are very capable of meeting the mission requirements that are necessary for the specific jobs that they're looking into.
Well, it's important for us to recognize the service of men and women like yourself, and especially members of the greatest generation who were so brave during World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam. Do you think people's attitude has changed, hopefully, in a positive way towards members of the military?
I see it all the time. Every time I'm out in the public, I get people that come up and thank me for my service, and honestly, they're the real reason why we're doing what we do, at least from my perspective, that we're there to help protect them, help to serve them, and help them out in any way needed, as the National Guard mission states.
So what would you say to anybody who's watching and who's thinking of joining the National Guard, or a parent or grandparent that might benefit from the experience? What do you want to tell them?
Honestly, I would sit here and say at least look into it, at least see if this is the route you want to take. It will provide you the discipline, the motivation, the educational skills, the trades for different jobs that we need out in this country. It will definitely help increase your lifestyle and make you a better person and have more pride in the country.
If you're an example, Staff Sergeant, everyone who's watching is going to be signing up, who's eligible. So there is a website where you can find out more information. It's nationalguard.com. Or you can call 1-800-GO-GUARD. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Brandon J. Zimmer, for your service to our state and our country.
Oh, thank you for having me.
As we conclude this edition of The Big Picture, we go back to our 9/11 memorial at the Erie County Naval and Military Park, where we'll hear from the Buffalo Niagara Concert Band from the American Legion Post 1041. I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the brave men and women who serve our country.